'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am. Can't find the tears that I come. You're the moment, the truth in your eyes. When everything feels like the movies, can you bleed just to know you're alive? And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. And I don't want the world to see me. No, I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am. I just want you to know who I am.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Duncan and Natalie, I would like to welcome you to this wonderful occasion, the celebration of their marriage. Today, we will witness them exchange their vows and acknowledge their commitment of deep friendship and love. My name is Tracy Moyle, and I am a civil celebrant duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. And I'm honoured that Duncan and Natalie have invited me here to guide you through this ceremony. One of the closest relationships in life is that between a caring parent and their children. This connection continues to grow and change as these children grow into independent and mature adults. Natalie has been joined here today by her father, John. He is here to symbolise his love for his daughter. He is also here to welcome Duncan into their family and to promise to give both Natalie and Duncan his love and support. John, after loving and caring for Natalie for all of her years, do you give her hands to Duncan as a sign of the trust that he will do the same? Thank you.
Whoops.
Sorry. Family and friends, today we have guests who have travelled from as far as New Zealand, Darwin, Adelaide, Sydney, Gladstone and Stanthorpe. Natalie and Duncan would like to thank you all for being here with them today and for supporting them through the 9.5 years it has taken to make this day a reality. They know that taking the time and making the journey took considerable effort for a good many of you. And they want you all to know the deep appreciation and gratitude that they feel in their hearts. All of you here are the most important people in their lives. You have shared their best and their worst days, and you are an irreplaceable part of their growth as a couple. You are their trusted support network and the people that they want to share all their future journeys with. Today is also a time to remember those close to Duncan and Natalie who have passed on, in particular Duncan's dad, Jim. We know he is here in spirit and in the hearts and memories of all those who knew him, and that he would be so proud to see you both standing here together today. Natalie would also like to make special mention of her ever-loving grandmother Helen. She was unable to make it here today. But Natalie and Duncan know that she wishes them every happiness for their lives together. They would also like to acknowledge two very important souls of the black and white furry kind, Bo and Misty. They are both a very big part of their lives, and they are happy that they could be here to join in the excitement of this wonderful day. Real love in marriage is something beyond the warmth and glow, the excitement and romance of being deeply in love. It is caring as much about the welfare and happiness of your marriage partner as your own. But real love is not being totally absorbed in each other. It is looking outward in the same direction, together. Love makes burdens lighter because you divide them. It makes joys more intense because you share them. It makes you stronger so that you can reach out and become involved in life in ways that you dare not risk alone. The beautiful thing about love is that it is an experience that we share with the whole of humankind. Yet, to everyone who falls in love, it is the most unique and precious thing in the world. A real happy marriage is founded on love. Love works in ways that are wondrous and strange. There is nothing in life that love cannot change. Love is unselfish, understanding, and kind. Love sees with the heart and not with the mind. There is no stronger bond between husband and wife to ensure a secure and happy married life. Harmonious wedding life is a precious gain to both man and woman as joys are increased and sorrows are diminished. Marriage increases the scope of responsibilities, but it also adds dimension of love to life, giving it new meaning and purpose. On this day, Duncan and Natalie, the day of your marriage, you stand somewhat apart from others by this open expression of your love, and this is how it should be. But love is not meant to be the possession of two people alone. Rather, it should serve as a source of common energy which gives you the strength to live your life with joy, strength, and courage. It is one of life's richest surprises when the accidental meeting of two life paths lead them to a common path as husband and wife. Duncan and Natalie have spent almost 10 years together. They met 10.5 years ago while they were working at Crazy Clark. Over their time, they have shared many wonderful moments, adopted 2 beautiful dogs, and their friendship has grown into a deeply loving partnership. They've shared many of the ups and downs that relationships face, and their love has grown deeper and stronger, confirming what they always knew, that their union was meant to be. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the formal part of today's ceremony. Natalie and Duncan, they find this somewhat amusing. Okay guys, this is serious, come on. This is the serious part. Natalie and Duncan, before you are joined together in marriage in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses, I am bound to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of a man and a woman to the exclusion of all others voluntarily entered into for life. Marriage is a declaration that you will love, support and care for one another and be loyal to each other for all of your lives together. You have a strong foundation for love, and you stand before us as closest of friends and companions. And it is in this spirit of love that we will now witness on and honour the declarations that you are about to make to each other. Duncan, do you take Natalie to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you take her as your friend and love? beside you and apart from you, in laughter and in tears, asking that she be no other than herself, loving what you know of her and trusting what you do not yet know in all the ways that life may find you.
I do.
Natalie, do you take Duncan to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do you take him as your friend and love, beside you and apart from you, in laughter and in tears, asking that he be no other than himself, loving what you know of him and trusting what you do not yet know in all the ways life may find you?
I do.
I will now expect you to exchange your vows. Duncan, you may go first.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Duncan James Charles Alston, take you, Natalie Elizabeth Stevens, as my lawfully wedded wife. Natalie, I love you. You are my best friend. I promise to always be there to encourage you and inspire you, to laugh with you and comfort you in times of sorrow and struggle. I promise to protect you from spiders and other insects and to always check that you have turned the hair straightener off before we leave the house. I will love you in good times and in bad, when life seems easy and when it seems hard, when our love is simple and when it's an effort. I will continue to be there for you when you need me and know that you are there for me, especially to remind me to feed Bo and Misty, as I always forget. I promise to cherish you forever and to always hold you in the highest regard. These things I give to you today and all the days of our life together.
You ready?
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Natalie Elizabeth Stevens, take you, Duncan James Charles Alston, as my lawfully wedded husband. Not wife. Duncan, you are my love, my life, and my best friend. You make me smile every day just by the sound of your voice and laugh uncontrollably at the silliest of things, and I couldn't imagine my life without you in it. I promise to always support and encourage you throughout all of life's journeys. I promise to always laugh at your jokes, even when no one else in the room thought they were funny, and remain enthusiastic and supportive throughout all the wins, losses, and draws of football season. I would cherish your heart and inspire your soul and forever be there to laugh with you when you are happy and lift you up when you are down. I promise to love you truly through the good times and unconditionally through all of our adventures in life together and the bad times. But all of these things I promise to you today and always. I love you.
Sorry about that. May we please have the rings brought forward? Thank you, Hamish. For centuries, the wedding ring has been used as an outward symbol of the vows and promises made by a couple on their wedding day. The wedding ring is thought to have originated as early as ancient Egypt. The ring finger of the left hand is thought to have been chosen at the time because it was once believed that there was a vein that ran directly from that finger to your heart, known as the vein of love. These rings represent to you both and to all who see them your commitment to one another. They symbolise the perfect circle of love, unity, and harmony. May you both remain may you both remain true to the promises that you make here today. Duncan, as you place the ring on Natalie's finger, will you please say these words?
Natalie, you are my soulmate, my best friend and lover. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love to you. To honour you, cherish you, and grow old with you for the rest of our lives together.
Duncan, you are my soulmate, best friend and lover. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love for you. To honour you, cherish you and grow old with you for the rest of our lives together.
Will you please now place your hands on top of each other's, palms touching. These are the hands that will hold your hands for a lifetime. The hands that will be at the end of every embrace. They are the hands of your very best friend. They are the hands that feel like none other. They are the hands that will build a future together. The hands that will tenderly hold your children and will encircle your family and make it one. The hands that will wipe tears of both joy and sorrow. And lastly, these are the hands that even when wrinkled and aged will still be reaching for yours, offering the same unspoken support and tenderness with just one touch. Family and friends, what we have witnessed today is very special. It is the next phase in a lifelong partnership. Natalie and Duncan are joined by their love and friendship for each other. They know that their lives are rich with happiness because they are each other's best friends. Duncan and Natalie, may your love be as beautiful on each day that you share as it is on this day of celebration. And may each day that you share be as precious to you as the day you first fell in love. May you always see and encourage the best in each other. May the challenges life brings your way make your marriage even stronger, and may you always be each other's best friend and greatest love. I would like to wish you both a lifetime of love, laughter and friendship together. And now it is with great pleasure that with your family and friends as witness that I now announce you as husband and wife. You may now kiss your beautiful bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I will just steal the bride and groom away for a few minutes to sign the register, but then we will come back and officially introduce the newlyweds. Thank you.
What day is it? And you put mine is like never seen so nice. Like it pretend, I can't back down, I've been losing so much time. It's you and me, all other people with nothing to do. Nothing to lose, and it's you and me, and all other people, and I don't know why. Can't keep my eyes on you. Lord, yes, I wanna say just doesn't come in and rise. Dripping the words, got my head spinning, I don't know where to go from here. It's you and me, and all other people with nothing to do, nothing to lose. And it's you and me, and all other people, and I don't know why. Can't keep my eyes off you. There's something about you now I can't quite figure out. Everything she does is beautiful. Everything she does is right. nothing to lose, and it's you and me and all other people, and I don't know why. Can't keep my eyes off of you and me and all other people. Nothing to do, nothing to lose, and it's you and me and all other people, and I don't know why. Can't keep my eyes off of you. So much time, 'cause it's you and me and all other people. Nothing to do, nothing to lose, and it's you and me and all other people, and I don't know why. Can't keep my eyes off you. All of this I want to say, it just don't coming out right. Tripping in the words, got my head spinning, I don't know where to go from here. It's you and me and all other people. Nothing to do, nothing to lose, 'cause it's you and me and all other people. I don't know why. Can't keep my eyes off of you and me and all other people. With nothing to do, nothing to lose, 'cause it's you and me and all other people. I don't know why. Can't keep my eyes off you. What days maybe quite mine, but I've never seen so blind.
Amy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to officially introduce to you our newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Duncan and Natalie Alston.
Hello, I'm waiting here for you. Tonight, I'll throw myself into the land of the red, and she'll sing. Come down and waste away with me. Down with me. Slow how you wanted it to be. Below the head, without a head should say. When I wonder, just in love with you. Anything is good forever.
Oh, sorry, my work.
I had a feeling that how are you?
I'm over here watching camera. You just jumped into me.
Sorry if I was standing in front of the camera. First day I ever met her.
Right on the border, so I something Yanni's got a guitar.
You just
Yeah, but when you look like where the night has come, the land is dark and blue. Is the only I will see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just stay by me. Oh, darling, darling, stand by me. Stay by me. To the sea. I will cry, I won't cry no more. Won't shed a tear. Just wrong. Just stay by me. Oh, darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stay by me. Just as long as you stay by me. Just as long as you stay by me.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention just for one more minute, please? Sorry to interrupt. The photographer has asked me if I could just let everybody know that she'd like to get a group shot of everybody. And if you could just stand over towards the nice background wall over there. Once she's had the group shot, she has then asked Emily to stay around because the family shots will be there.
Oh, you should have had a birthday today.
Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening.
Darling, stay by me. Stay by me. Just as long as you stay by me. Within your stay by me. Stay by me. Stay by me.
No, don't take photos of that.
about need to do another cue and try your luck the second time. The first member of the bridal party is Penny Younger. We've just been advised of all great plans. They're not here yet. Followed by Dennis Hogan. Stacey Goodwin. Andrew Gillen. Claire Stevens. Now we're getting close. Amy Solston. Lisa Crowley. The moment has arrived. The moment has arrived. Can we give a great, rousing welcome to the bride and groom, Mr. and Mrs. Alston.
Thanks, Rick. Thank you. Thanks. In the next 5 or 10 minutes, entree will be... The joint MC was good enough to remind me, because I would have forgotten, and that is taxis. Please be aware that taxis should be ordered pretty quickly. If you leave it past now, you will either be sleeping in the car, as has happened before apparently, or you'll have a 3-hour wait till taxis come from Brisbane and somehow try and find the photos. So if you need a cab, please try and book it fairly quickly. John, it really must be a special time for you, and indeed for Roz as well, as the first of your daughters leaves the single life. One of John's great passions, I found out, is travel. Well, Natalie's just set out on one of the great journeys of them all, marriage. Please make welcome Natalie's father, John Stevens.
And friends, as we just suggested, welcome here tonight on this occasion to see my young daughter take Duncan to be their mother, to be their husband and wife. I am quite nervous, by the way, but I'd like to welcome Duncan into our vast families, and I say that in plural. He's come a long way. I believe he has anyway. And welcome him to the crazy family, son. First of all, I'd like to go back to the time, and we'll start from the beginning and talk a little bit about Nat. I'm sure Nat's going to fill in some of the spaces later on. Nat was born in '86 in April.
What's that?
It was a lovely memory going into the hospital and seeing this little baby girl being born. I can remember it quite clearly when she was delivered and her bright little eyes looking at you. Sorry?
God, so can I.
Her bright little eyes and a smiling face. And I knew then that this girl will go to places. And she hasn't let me down. It's been great. From that day, she grew up to be she went into her younger years, and she used to like camping, and I think she still does. And some of the times we spent up at Harvey Bay at a place called Burrum Heads. I don't know if you people have been to Burrum Heads?
Yes.
But it was a nice little place in those days. It's changed a lot since then. And we used to do a lot of fishing and crabbing and things like that. And I used to have a little 12-foot aluminium dinghy. And we used to race around, and their mother probably doesn't know this, but we used to race around amongst the mangroves in this dinghy, flat out. It's a wonder we never ended up in the dreck, to be honest with you, because a couple of times the anchor flew out. You can imagine flying through these mangroves with all the trees hanging around anyway, and the place full of sharks and stingrays. But the anchor never caught the bottom. So to this day we're lucky. Then after they came back, her and her sister would disappear for a while and come back with a bucket full of mangoes. That should often, I don't know where they actually got those from, whether they were given them or they actually took them, I don't know.
We took them.
But they were good. They went well with the crabs. So that was pretty good.
From the neighbours.
I remember those vividly. I also, this will stick in my mind forever and a day. I can recall on a number of occasions where I'd sit in Nat's room and we looked out through the window and we'd look at the stars and we'd talk about different things in the universe. One of those things, I tried to teach her, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Now, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a donut. I could never say diamond. However, if you look on her finger here, you can see the diamonds. So yeah, so I always remember that because she'd sit there and she'd repeat it, and I repeat it to her, and she kept saying donut. So, donut. Then in her travels, she grew up to be a teenager, and along the way she gained an extra couple of sisters, which now she's got 3 other sisters, which was really good. And she started to learn to drive. Well, that was another thing. She did pretty good. At first, she sort of didn't take it on board. She didn't think it was worthwhile doing that. But then she realised after that this is a way of having a little bit of independence and getting around the place. So she bought a little car and she got a licence. She then started working at a place called Crazy Clark's. Now, this was really funny how this all happened. Crazy Clark's aren't at Toombul anymore. Matter of fact, the Crazy Clark's aren't around at all. However, she started at Crazy Clark's and she'd come across this guy who was a manager. Is that correct, Duncan? Manager? Yes. Somewhere? And he used to give her a bit of curry, apparently, and she used to come home and complain about this guy. She did not like the way she was being treated, and one thing led to another. Then one night she come home, she said, Dad, I'm going to be late tomorrow night for tea. So, yeah. Thinking, okay, they finished at 6 o'clock, catch the train, she'll be home by at least 7. No, that was coming home about 9. So we said, why are you going to be late, Nat? She said, well, Duncan has got an automatic licence and I'm going to teach him how to drive a manual car into the shopping centre. So you take that for whatever you want to take.
Good line, Duncan. Good line.
So, and then finally Duncan appeared on the scene. Now you know how tall Duncan is and how small Natalie is. And that was the night to remember too, because Duncan was very shy. He didn't know what to say. He was prompting Nat all the time. And Nat was saying, it's okay. But he's come out of his shell since then, and
Let's go back in.
Then come the time, obviously they got engaged, and that was another story. And again, I won't keep you too long, but this was really funny because, as you know, they travel around and they've been to New Zealand a couple of times and been overseas. And every time they went away, just before they went away, Nat would say, I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to. But no, never happened.
Maybe wait.
Yeah. So he would do all the right things, but never went to the extent of saying, will you marry me? So she got a little bit disappointed sometimes there, but in the end, it happened. So yeah. So that's really all I can say about it now. I can say a lot of things, but I don't want to embarrass her here tonight. And I'm sure Duncan's family would like to speak more about Duncan. I'm sure they've got a list of things that they would like to say about him. But I do wish both of you the best of life together. I know you will do it, and I know how well you get on with all your friends. And it really is, how can I say it? It really is astounding how she's retained all her friends from school and gained friends on the way. And they've been really close friends together. It's really, really good. It's a rarity to see that. Yes, people will leave school and they might have one or two friends that go on through life, but she's got a myriad of friends. And they all stick together. And I think that's really great. It's a really, yeah, it's great. So without any further ado, I'd like to wish you both very, very long and happy life together. I know you will do it. We've been together now for 9 odd years, so I know it will happen. As long as your goals are together, you love each other, you'll be there. So I'd like to pay toast to the bride and groom. You can all remain seated. You don't have to stand up. They like you to stay down so you don't get uncomfortable, and they're going to stay seated too. So all the best to the bride and groom. Thank you.
Thanks, John. Obviously, the words of a very, very proud father, and I think we're all take those on board as well. And speaking of proud parents, there's another one being lined up. Duncan's mother, Laura, is now going to say a few words.
Thank you everyone for coming to this very special evening. I'm sure we're in for a wonderful time celebrating the wedding of two very special people. Congratulations, Duncan and Nat. Welcome to our family, Nat, even though you've been part of it for a very long time now. It's wonderful to see family and friends here tonight who've been such a huge part in Duncan and Nat's life. And I'd like to acknowledge some people, which was Duncan's grandfather, Chuck Younger, and his wife Anne. Also, I'd like to acknowledge Kathy Hunt, who's in the far corner there, who's come from New Zealand. He's been a friend of mine from the 70s, or as Duncan would say, from the Boer War days. Rob and Jill Gillen have been part of our family for many years, and we've had many entertaining holidays together. Many of these holidays have stories yet to be told, but we'll leave that right there. Duncan, there are a number of people who aren't with us tonight. One is your gran, and also your dad, Jim. He would have been so proud of you and all of you've achieved in your whole life. After working at Crazy Clark's for some years, where incidentally you met Natalie, you decided to do an electrical apprenticeship. Actually, this wasn't such a silly thing because you'd spent many times pulling apart radio speakers and other electrical equipment. And every time you put them back together again, they actually worked. People may not be aware he was interested in the ancient Norwegian sport of milk sliding. This became apparent early one Sunday morning, a number of years ago, when the 2 and 3-year-old boys were getting their own breakfast. Magically, somehow, 2 litres of milk spilt on the floor. Duncan convinced his younger brother to indulge in this ancient sport of sliding up and down on the kitchen floor in the milk. Our initial reaction was one of shock, confusion. We had no idea what was going on. There were bangs and crashes, followed by shrieks of laughter. Looking back on this, I can finally see the funny side. This was just a number of occasions when Duncan led his brother astray. Duncan, maybe skating could have been a sport for you, but I guess soccer took over. Nat, your bright and caring nature has made for an easy transition into our family, and I hear you enjoy many of the cousins' nights that you all organise together. I love that you turn negatives into positives, and I love your honesty. Whenever I ask your opinion on something, you give it. I'll leave that one right there for you. Duncan, you're always been so easy to get along with. You'll do anything for anyone, eventually. Most parents, including me, have a tear in their eye when their first child leaves home, but this was an upside to this. The Brisbane City Council received or recovered half their supply of roadwork and street signs. I could now go out to my garage in the mornings, happy in the knowledge there would be no nasty surprises or Duncan saying, "Look what I found." I read a quote recently, "Love one another and you'll be happy." It's as simple as that. My final thought and deepest wish is for you both to have a long and happy life together. And I love you both.
This section really has been about the girls, hasn't it? Apart from my brother and I, Rick and John, it's been about the girls. Although the guys' turn will come later. Roz, you must look at Natalie with a mixture of immense pride and joy. She really does look stunning. Natalie really is a credit to both you and to John. As an aside though, Roz, I was wondering what your initial reaction was. Initial reaction when you met Duncan. Both Rick and I have made a considerable investment in the work in progress that we call Duncan. So, if you had any initial misgivings, you should have seen him 15 years ago. Awful. What a shocker. Please welcome Natalie's mother, Roz Taylor.
Stand up.
I am!
Down in front.
I've even got heels on. I'm 5'2" now. Well, I don't have a lot to say. I'm not going to go on because John's covered most things. from Natalie's childhood, in camping and etc. etc. We could go into a few little stories about Natalie when she was younger, but save any embarrassment. And I'm going to refer to more the sensitive side of Natalie and Duncan. And as for my first impressions of Duncan, the first time he met me, he called me Mum. And he walked past my car and he waved. Hello, Mum! And I'm not your bloody mother. But little did I know, I was to be his mother-in-law. Oh my God, I'm a mother-in-law! But anyway, yes, I'm proud to be a mother-in-law to such a wonderful, wonderful man. He has just highlighted Natalie's life, unbelievably so, since you met him. They have been together for 9 years. And what at the time, I guess, was a bit of a rough patch in life, as everybody goes through. And along came Duncan. And 9 years later, here they are, happily married today. She looks amazing. Duncan, and you look just amazing. The girls look amazing, the boys look amazing. And I do have to thank all Natalie's friends, of which John mentioned before. There's a group of 9 of you? 7?
Girls.
Yeah?
Put your hand in.
Is it 9? Is it 9? Hands up. And all these kids who have travelled life together, they've been through their ups, they've been through their downs. Majority of them now are married, from anywhere from Darwin to Malta to Sydney, and today culminating in the marriage of Natalie and Duncan, and they're all here, which is just absolutely remarkable. To my family, my sister and my brother who have travelled for the wedding, thank you for coming. And yeah, it's a big day and there's a lot of hype, and a lot of stress and whatever, and we've been through that with Matt and Duncan in the last little while. And look how relaxed they are now. It all comes out at the end of the day, as we say, it all comes out in the wash, Nat, and it has. And what an amazing day it's been. I'd like to officially welcome Duncan to the Tate family. And to Hamish and Mona, welcome to my family. And to your family as well. I know that you will support each other every step of the way. I love you both. Here's to a long, happy marriage. To the bride and groom.
To the bride and groom.
Natalie, don't take the knife out. Natalie, don't take the knife out. Do we go? Don't take the knife out. Don't touch the knife.
Natalie's pretty safe because I'm getting married in 5 months, 3 weeks, 2 days time, honey. So I couldn't dig up too much dirt, so you're all right here. But so Natalie and I have known each other for a few years, going on 18. So there was a time there when we thought that we would never get married, and it wasn't through our teenage years, which thank God that we got through that, because that was touch and go for a while there. But how about that? We did it. But more so when we first met, I think we were 10, and Kira, Natalie and I terrorised the neighbourhoods of Fanny Hills in our bikes. Mine was a recycle bike from the tip, but it was still cool. We got around, and there was a time there where we said we wouldn't need boys, we didn't like boys. One of us was going to be a mechanic, one was going to be something else, and you know, so on and so forth. Boys are crap. But a couple of weeks after that, who knows, Natalie decided to push the points of riding with no hands to riding with no hands and no feet. We tried to tell her no, but she didn't listen, so it went good for about 3 seconds, and then she grazed for about 5 metres on her butt all the way. So from her thigh to, right up, was skin gone. So the bikes got put away and it moved to the next pastime, boys. Do you still have Stephen Gormley's lollipop stick that he chucked on the ground? I know that I have his piece of grass that he sat on. I know it took a while for Duncan to propose to Natalie, like a really long time, but I knew it was always going to get there, because for a girl to crash a guy's car 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Duncan, how many times was it?
42.
Yeah. For a girl to crash a guy that car that many times, and for him to stick around, we knew she was a keeper and he was a keeper, so it was just a matter of time to pay back the loans and stuff. So, but it could have also been payback for Natalie dragging her tail at the start. So they did both meet at Crazy Clark's, and Duncan was the manager and rah. But so I think it was 12 months. But from the first day that Natalie started at Crazy Clark's, every story, second story, every story was about Duncan and the manager. Duncan this and ma. So, do you have feelings for him? No, he's my manager, I would never. And then she was teaching Duncan how to drive a manual every afternoon, night time, late at night. I'm still yet to test when, I've got to check his licence, because I don't know when it started in 2000, when did you get your licence? So I want to check whether he never had a manual licence to begin with. And not long after that, Duncan was cooking her dinner to say thank you for the driving lessons, but still it was in denial. But Natalie and I were one night down the Gold Coast, we'd had a few drinks, and she told me, I've got the biggest secret to tell you. Okay, alright, here we go. I love him. Is that it? No shit. And then the next morning, denied it. But a few weeks later, the rest is history, and she moved to the end of the earth, where IKEA lives. That's just pretty much where it was, right down there. But, no, so that was pretty much the rest of their history. So, they were best friends before they dated, and they'll be best friends long after today. So, thank you for letting me be a part of your day today, and I love you both very much. Thank you, everyone.
You were easy on me.
Thanks, Lisa. Nat, I think there's a great value in 2 things: having a great friend who can do those things for you, and secondly, having one that's getting married who won't spill the beans. I reckon that was really next on the list is Duncan's brother Hamish, who's best man. Hamish has some words to say. I actually gave Hamish a little bit of advice just a moment ago, and I said, mate, if you're going to pay out your brother, now's the time to do it. Don't hold back. If you want to pay him out, pay him out. But just remember one thing, he's speaking after you. So, I'd like to hand over to Hamish.
Hi everyone, as Rick mentioned, my name's Hamish. I'm Duncan's little big brother, and I've got the honour of being Duncan's best man today. And look, I think we'll all agree that Nat looks absolutely stunning today. When Duncan first asked me to be his best man, I was very excited but also a little nervous at the same time. Excited because I was really looking forward to playing an important part in their special day, and nervous because one, I knew I'd have to make this speech, and two, knew it was going to be somewhat of a challenge to try and get Duncan organised with all the suits, and try and make plans with all the groomsmen such as Dennis and Andrew over there. The usual response when trying to make any plans with Duncan is ask Nat or check with Nat, and I can say the last few months weren't any different. But I'm pleased to say it all worked out in the end, and Duncan, you scrubbed it up all right.
He goes.
Hey, straight. As we all know, Duncan is a very keen soccer player, but unfortunately he's also prone to injuries every now and then. So much so that I believe his soccer mates were calling him Glass Man at one point. So fragile. But I could also say that this tendency to hurt himself not only is limited to the sporting field, he also has the uncanny ability to walk into pieces of furniture, and in particular coffee tables. So I actually had to ring the place a few weeks beforehand and just get them to move any coffee tables or any other furniture within 2 metres of the hallway, just to get them out of the way so Duncan wouldn't hurt himself for the big day. So again, I'm glad that he made it here in one piece. As was fairly typical of two brothers growing up who were quite close in age, we were prone to the odd disagreement every now and then. Often when we were participating in a friendly video game or sporting match, you know, all things were going to be going quite well to begin with, and then within a matter of minutes, all that war would break loose. But look, I mean, you know, the next day we often made up and best friends again, and then you know, the cycle will continue, and bit of a cycle there. Vicious cycle. But we always made up in the end. And
neither of you know how to share.
But on a serious note, I can honestly say that Duncan's been a wonderful big brother to me over the years. He's always looked out for me and been there for me when I needed him. So yeah, thank him for that. So a bit about Duncan and Natalie. They've been dating for almost 10 years. I think it was 9.5, I think you said, before deciding to finally tie the knot eventually. So over this time I've seen firsthand their relationship grow and how they've managed to build a nice life together. A few examples of this: they've bought a house together, they've got 2 beautiful dogs, 2 wonderfully supportive families, and also now the world's largest soccer jersey collection. Just a quick story about Duncan. I know there's probably endless tales we could sit here and chat about all night, but just one I thought I'd mention tonight. As some of you may know, up until a few years ago we had a family tradition where our family and our friends the Gillans would spend a week at Coolum in the summer holidays. We always loved going there each year to get away from it all and relax, knowing that we'd be spending our days going to the beach, playing cricket, and of course as we got older, a few drinks here and there. Only a few. One year we were spending a lazy Saturday afternoon at the local surf club, participating in some of the local customs such as drinking, playing pool, and of course singing along to some Dale Braithwaite songs. This particular afternoon we were all having a few beers, as the guys do, and I noticed Nat had purchased a rather bright coloured and fruity looking cocktail. Duncan immediately took a keen interest in this and begged for Nat to let him try some. So here we were, us guys looking on as Duncan was passionately sipping this cocktail, downing it in record time. And we could see the look in his eyes. It was a look of pure joy and excitement. we could tell his life had changed forever. He had discovered the Tutti Frutti. From this day on, every barbecue or party we would go to, everyone would be showing up with their 6 packs of beer or bourbons or what have you. And Duncan would walk up proudly with a big pink bucket of frozen Tutti Frutti. Whenever anyone quizzed him about this or sort of questioned why he had this, he would always respond, "Oh no, that's not mine, that's Nat's." So, all I can say about that is, if anyone fancy having a beer with Duncan tonight, make sure you remember when he says beer, what he really means is Tutti Frutti cocktail. Look, all jokes aside, Duncan, you've been an amazing big brother to me over the years. I couldn't have asked for a better person to grow up with. I'm so glad you found someone as kind, loving and caring as Natalie to spend the rest of your life with. Also, on the flip side there, Natalie, you're so lucky to have Duncan as a husband. I'm he's one of the most loyal and devoted and dependable people I know, and I can honestly say that you two are the perfect couple, and I'm so proud of you both.
Yeah.
As I'm sure most of you know, Duncan and I lost our father in 2004. I just want to say, I know he's watching over us, and I know he'd be very proud of us, and very proud of you and Natalie up here on your special day. And finally, I'd just like to welcome Nat to the family. I know she's always been a part of the family anyway, but I guess now the deal son, so to speak. And yeah, finally, if you just want to, I guess, charge your glasses and I'd like to propose a toast to Duncan and Natalie.
Don't you hate these guys? For the last 6 months I've heard, oh, I'm shitting bricks, I've never done this before, people think I'm an idiot. And they get up here and play like Roger Federer. I mean, seriously, and play it like a Stradivarius. Unbelievable. I mean, well done, well done. It's now time to introduce the groom.
Oh.
Duncan. Well, this is the big one. The big kahuna. We've roped in the media, sponsors, fake friends, pen family members, unrelated sporting tragics, all the usual suspects for this evening's events. Now, Duncan is a deep and complex person. Oh yeah. In fact, he's got a number of deep, interwoven personalities which emerge periodically through his life. See if you can pick any of these. Ernie the electrician. Barry the two-car Bevan. Everybody's got two cars, don't they? Sammy the city council sign collector. Neville the 1986 Norwegian milk sliding champion. And finally, Freddie, the captain, coach, sole selector and founder of Brisbane's answer to Real Madrid, FC Grog. Please welcome the groom, the deep and complex, Duncan the unbelievable. Thanks.
Hi guys, how's it going? Good! Thank you. Hope everyone's having an awesome night tonight. It means the absolute world to Nat and I that everyone could make it tonight. We've got both our families here, friends, people have come from New Zealand, Sydney, all over the place. So if we could put our hands together for the people who have travelled. Being here has been a long time in the making, nearly 10 years. I've known her 10, so yeah, we met, our paths crossed a little bit earlier than Crazy Clark's. Not sure if everyone knows that Natalie used to work at Donut King, just down the end of the laneway, where Crazy Clark's used to be in the city. And just quietly, I used to sneak out of work and go down and see the cute little blonde that used to serve donuts around lunchtime. It took a few years to work this out, but it was actually my now wife that I was actually seeing to get my donuts and milkshakes on Fridays. So,
Milkshakes do bring the boys to the yard!
Were they Duncan Donuts?
What were they? Where was it?
What's that?
What was the place called?
Donut King.
Donut King.
There you go.
It'd be funny if it was Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, that's what I said.
First up, I'd like to thank my uncles here for emceeing tonight. They also helped with security, so you guys have done really well. Thank you so much. They actually gave up a night at the football tonight with the Bledisloe.
Go the Wallabies!
And the score.
I'll kill you.
I'm only kidding, 50 John, wherever you are, there you are. First of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for all the safety gear that you've given me over the years. Not the door. I've got a lifetime supply of gloves and glasses and that sort of thing.
Kept you safe, mate.
So thank you. No, but in all seriousness, thank you for giving me a beautiful wife. She means the absolute world to me. I couldn't imagine life without her. Roz. Again, thank you so much for giving me a beautiful wife. Yeah. Welcome to the family. Groomsmen. I can't believe you're wearing suits. Seriously. Just a little side note, Dennis actually rocked up to my house this afternoon in his boxers. As our photographer pulls up, my friend Andrew here is having a jam sandwich. So we had to change into our suits quite quickly, within seconds. Bridesmaids, You all look absolutely stunning. You girls have propped Nat up. She was a bit sick and the last few days and a bit teary, and you've picked her up and wiped away the tears, so thank you so much, girls. Try and keep this short, but the love of my life, my beautiful Natalie. I love you with all my heart. I'm the luckiest man in the world to find someone as understanding as you. Very, very understanding. You bring out the best in me. You always challenge me to set new goals, and you tell me to pull my head in when I'm being stupid. Quite a lot. So,
Get used to it.
I'd just like to tell a little story. Just recently we decided to go on a late night Coles trip. I'd had a few drinks by then and decided I needed to have fortune cookies. I don't know, I've never had fortune cookies, but I had to have fortune cookies then and there, so we went to Coles. The very, very first one we opened said, hang on, where are we? Don't marry the person you can live with, marry the person with whom you cannot live without. I brought this along today, which I'll give Nat tonight, which I've kept in a little safe place. So hopefully we can hang me up on the fridge or something. We'll put it somewhere really nice. So I thought I'd get everyone to charge their glasses to the most beautiful girl in the world. My love, I love you so much. Here's to us. Thank you guys.
What, kid?
Yeah.
You're up, Nanny. Don't drop your iPad.
You see her, she cries so loud as a wild no wondering how that's the way it's gonna be, darling. And you go riding on the horses, yeah, way up the sky, little darling. And if you fall, pick you up.
Hey, Stace, if you ain't gonna dance, let's dance.